Hey everybody, here's the last video of this little short series of getting somebody into a package into the system. So let's get right to it. Let me get my screen shared. So in the last two videos, the first one, what we did is we created our packages. The second video, we created a form using those packages. And now what we want to do is create a quick onboarding sequence. Okay. So you can see that I created the form. This is the name of it. I could just click add new and create a new trigger name and flow and everything like that. But I'd rather just hit create new flow. Okay. And now it pre selected this form. All right. So that's the quick, easy way to get started. But I'm going to show you both ways. Let's pretend we built that form and we weren't looking at that screen where all our forms were, which is right here. We can just as easily do the same thing by creating a new form or a new, excuse me, a new automation. We're going to click add new workflow trigger. And we're going to do a search for form here and we're going to do a new form submission. So every time someone fills in that form, this is going to execute. Okay. We need to select the form and we did the package sign up demo. And we can do some filters here, but I don't think we need those right now. So we're going to add the trigger. So now, whenever this happens, when this form is submitted, everything we built here is going to execute. All right. Now, I like adding a lookup contact, even though it's a little redundant right now. And for those of you that don't know what a lookup contact does, is that it basically it it prevents duplicates in most scenarios. Okay. So I'm just going to add one real quick. And I like to match my people by their contact ID, which is their ID in the system, their phone and email, right? Now, for the advanced users, you realize that this is not really going to do much in this scenario because we're creating a new one. But I just like to get in the habit. So you can ignore this step, but I just do it all the time. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. So what this is doing is that if it matches the contact ID or the phone or the email, it's going to merge the contact. Okay. So I always make that my first step when someone is entering the system. And then what we want to do is we had two different packages. Maybe those two packages are very different. I'm going to show you one of my favorite blocks in automations, and it's called the random block, which is a little misleading. Okay. It is used to create some random routes, but there's a hidden gem in here, which is pick route based on variable. That variable can be the form. And because the form is the trigger, I can now see the form down here as the data source. This is the name of the form. And check it out. These are all the entries on the form. So, what I'm going to look for is something maybe with product. Let's see here. These are all the entries, value quantity. I think it's option ID. Nope. Let's keep looking. Been a while since I did this. There we go. Product. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that it has two different products. Now, this may look like gibberish, but these are actually the product IDs. Okay. So I'm going to go look to see which one ends in BB. I'm going to go ahead and hit save and just hit save. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to save it as a draft because I'm going to leave this screen. Demo onboarding, save as draft. I'm going to go back to the form. Okay. And when I go to the form, check this out. I'm going to go to where my products are. And let's see here. Okay. Sometimes I got to look. You hit the gear icon and look at this. So let me do that again because I was kind of trying to remember here. So when you click on this block, hit the gear, and you go to click on this little products. Here are two products that are right here. And when I hit the gear here, it gives me some detail, right? This is the item ID. So I know the one ending in BB is the monthly, and then the other one, the MJM is the yearly. So I know those numbers now. Let's go back into our automation. I am going to go ahead just for my reference. I'm going to mention monthly. I did it for 97. There is a maximum length, and we'll put yearly, and we'll put 970. Okay. So this way I know, let me connect these. And let me explain what the yes and no is here. I'm going to take a quick step back. So when a form is submitted, it's going to do to see if the contact exists, if there's a match. These are the rules if it matches. If it matches, it's going to go down the yes branch. If it doesn't match, it's going to go down the no branch. So most of the time, they really still go to the same place, but there is some opportunity that they're a known user in, you can get take them down a different path. But since this is for a package, I highly recommend you just make them go to the same place, because there's some security settings that when a package is being created, we always create a new contact. I know that sounds confusing, just trust me on it. And it's really just for security. But everybody that signs up, it does a lookup contact. Like I said, it's kind of for vanity right now. We just want it there. And then it's going to check to see what they selected on their package. And since they can only choose one, they can only go down one of these different paths. Okay. So this is where it gets cool. I can send an email, and let's just pretend your new monthly subscription. And I'm just giving it that name so it's different. And we'll put our system name. I'm just making this up. And we're going to send it to the email that they just put in. And let's see, our default inbox is our email, what the sender address is. Okay. And you do need to have an email set up with your system for that, but that's another day, another training video. Okay. You can put a custom email, but just make sure that you've connected the domain in the web builder. All right. Which I haven't done here. So I'm just going to select default. And then this is going to go to the email of the contact. Now I can CC and BCC. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this off. All right. And then is it a marketing email? It is not. This one is transactional. So I don't have to check that. And then I click edit email, and I could put a receipt in here. I could put you paid 97. I could do whatever. This, you could say, you can give them the URL to log in. That's kind of important. I didn't even think of that when I built the other one. So I may put my URL to log in, right? And you can do whatever you like. You can make it a hyperlink. I'm not going to spend time writing the email. Okay. And let's pretend we did it. All right. See, and it's giving me a warning that I need to set my email, right? And it's going to give me an error because I haven't connected any kind of domain. It's trying to protect you from making a mistake. And let's just put protract TO. It's going to make me not save it because same thing. I don't have any emails. If you had your email connected, it would allow you to do it. All right. So let's go ahead and just hit save. Get an email to open. Oh, I thought I had put something here. Maybe I didn't save it. Here you go. There we go. My mistake. All right. So now we got our email that they would only get with the 97. And then I can just duplicate it, make my changes that'll be for the 970. And I would just edit my email and put what's unique to the annual plan. Right. And here's where it gets cool. They're going to get that instantly. But what we can do is we can put a a wait step, waiting amount of time, and maybe we wait 10 minutes. And we can send them an SMS if we collected their phone number, right? Or another email saying, "Hey, book, I'm glad you signed up. Signed up. Here is my meeting link." I'm not going to write a very good message here, right? And send the URL. So you can create a sequence of all the different, and I don't have a phone number. That's what that is. Remember, this is a clean account. But you can create a sequence of everything you want for your total onboarding. That could be over 30 days. You can send training, you can send YouTube videos. And I just love this run block, and we use it all the time. All right. Now, I realized in the middle of this this video that I created the form, and that form is just saying thank you, and this is going to give them the login instructions. So if I were to finish this and it's not finished, everything's got to end. Let's pretend that this is done. I'm just going to pretend we created a route. Actually, you know what? This is what I would do. I would merge that there because the only thing that would be different in this case would be the email difference. Okay, and this is if there's no match, but there's always going to be a match in this case. I'm just going to close the loop here. So, just quick summary, they fill it out, deduplication, depending on what package they order, they get the specific email for their package, then it waits a day, and then I just send them a link for my meeting. And of course, we could do so much more. We can add them to a pipeline so that we can track their progress and everything like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save and publish it. That would be ready to go. But going back to the form, I realized for a good user experience, when they complete this, my settings for them to what happens are right here. They're in the settings. So I can redirect to another URL. Okay. So that's one way to do it. Okay. I can show a message. I can have it email me for every form submission. All right. We can name our form. I'm just going to save it. We're going to leave it as the message. And I'm going to show you what is a very cool trick. All right. Maybe you have, let's go back in here. Oh, excuse me. I need to go to the automation. All right, so we're back in the automation. We have another cool block that is a redirect. So when that form is submitted, I could either do the redirect in the form settings where I showed you, but I prefer to do it here. And this could be at myurl.com, right? Really, really cool. So when they submit the form, we can redirect them to our white label domain. That's an important step. So it's all seamless to them. And for those of you advanced users, even though they should only be going to that one URL, imagine the possibilities if you were selling something other than a subscription. You can read like maybe you have a product that is a one-time purchase or whatever, and maybe that product you have two different products. Well, you can do something similar where when they fill out that form and they buy that product and they get here, we can put this redirect down in here. And technically, depending on what package they order, they would go to a different URL, which is really, really cool. So there's a lot of rule-based things that you can do in FlowTrack and CloseGPT that allow you to really customize the user experience based on what they answer on the forms. Really, really powerful. All right. If you have any more questions, post them below. Make sure you tag me. It's Daniel Rios on Facebook. And we look forward